Once upon a time in a sunny meadow, there lived a beautiful flower. Like every well-built flower, she wore 4 graceful layers, or whorls, each with its own special duty. At the very edge of her body was the calyx, a circle of tiny green sepals. These sepals were her protective cloak, shielding her tender inner parts when she was just a bud. Sometimes, when the flower wanted to stand out and attract buzzing bees, her sepals even turned colorful. And when the sunlight reached them, they could make their own food through photosynthesis. Clever little guardians indeed. Next came the Corolla, her elegant gown of petals, painted in dazzling hues of red, yellow, and pink. These bright colors and sweet scents were the flower's way of whispering to the insects, "Come closer, I have nectar." Sometimes, her sepals and petals looked so similar that no one could tell them apart. In such cases, they were called tepals, and together they formed a single whorl called the perianth, a perfect blend of beauty and function. Inside these outer layers, the real magic of life took place. The flower's heart held her essential whorls, the ones responsible for creating new life. The Androecium, or stamens, stood tall and proud like loyal knights. Each stamen had a slender filament that held up a golden anther, the treasured chest of pollen. Inside the anther were 4 tiny pollen sacs, guarded by a thin epidermis. When the time was right, the anther opened, releasing clouds of pollen into the air, a dance of life waiting to begin. At the very center stood the queen herself, the Gynoecium, also known as the pistil or carpel. She was made of 3 royal parts, the ovary, the style, and the stigma. The ovary, round and protective, sat at the base, cradling precious ovules, the seeds of tomorrow. Rising above it was the style, a graceful column leading up to the stigma, a sticky surface that eagerly awaited the arrival of pollen. When a pollen grain landed on the stigma, the story of a new flower began.